All right, so to begin your digital Notan, um, you want to be in your Google Drive. You're going to open up a Google Drawing. So you go to More, Google Drawings. I have one started here. All right, and you have your workspace. And the first thing you're going to do is insert a shape. And you want to keep it either a rectangle or a square. Kind of make it as large as you'd like. If you need to expand your workspace, you can just drag out the corner that way. All right, I'm going to fill it in. You can either fill this in as you go, or you can just kind of do all the shapes at the end, but that's up to you. So what you need to have for your Notan is 5 cutouts, 2 double cuts, and 2 floating pieces. All right, so I'll start with my first cutouts here. So I'm going to use the polyline tool first. I'm just going to create a shape. Remember, you have to close it. Okay, and then you can fill it in if you want to, or you can just wait till the end. I'm going to wait till the end. Get rid of that. Okay. So now I'm going to copy my shapes. I'm going to right click inside of it. Make sure your shape is highlighted. Copy, paste, and then I want to rotate it. So with my second shape being highlighted, I'm going to go to Format Options, Size and Rotation, and just flip. And then you could just move this right over. If you have to move this one back, you can. This is when zooming might help. So if you might have to kind of zoom in to see your work a little bit more clearly, you can do that. Okay, get rid of that. So I can see that they're pretty well lined up. So this one's going to be the white one. We're actually going to do something with the white shapes at the end, and that will be the black. All right, and you can see right now that that's just a flipped shape from the first one that I made. So I'm going to double this up since it's kind of a big shape. I have room. I'm going to go back to my polyline tool and just kind of put something else inside of it. All right, and remember I have to close the shape. So same thing, make sure it's, go back to my select, make sure it's highlighted, right click, copy, right click, paste, format, flip. All right, this one's going to be my black one, right? Because you're always alternating. And then this one will be white. All right, so that's how you would do a double cut. For one of the floating shapes, you could actually also use the curves if you want to, as long as you can close them. Then you can make a closed shape using the curve line tool. All right, so same thing, select, copy, paste. Now I'm going to zoom out so I can see my whole space. And I'm just going to take this second one and I'm going to move it somewhere out into my border. And if I want to rotate it, you could do that. If you want to flip it, you could do that. Right, because it's floating, it doesn't have to necessarily be a reflection. And that's going to be white, and then this one's going to be black. All right, so I'm going to do another curve. And the only thing about curves is that they never really make a straight line. They're always going to have this slightly kind of bowed out line. So when you're doing it, you'll have to adjust it so it's kind of like in line with the edge of your original square. But it works, but you can do it. Paste and I want to flip vertically this time. And once this highlights blue, then you know it is a contained shape. It has, it's an enclosed shape. So it means that you can fill in the colors. And the red grid lines help too to kind of make sure that everything is in alignment. All right, so I would need one more double cut. I would need two more shapes cut out of my box, and I would need one more floating shape in order for this to be completely meeting all the criteria. But for right now, I just want to show you what we're going to do at the end. And this, is enough to kind of give you a good head start on what you're supposed to be doing. So now for the background, instead of just leaving it white, which was what we're going to do for the paper version we're doing in class, we're going to do a gradation. So you right click on the workspace, you go to background, gradient, and you can create your own or you can choose one that's there. And I'm going to choose my first color. I'm going to add a stop to my last color. I'm going to do blues and purples for this one. Okay, and that fills in my background. And now that gradient is saved. So I'm going to do it for all of my white shapes as well. So I'm going to go to fill color, gradient, my custom one that I just made. All right, so this will be a requirement too, that you're creating your own gradient and using that to fill in all the negative shapes, all the white shapes. Oops. And you only have to make it once, and then you can just kind of keep putting it in there again. All right, and that will be your digital Notan.